Well, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. You're on the show tonight. It's Bridgeman and Linda. Evening, boys and girls.
Evening, Oxchair. Evening, Bridgeman.
Good evening to you guys on the panel. Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. So, how are you, Linda? All right?
How are you
I'm
doing,
very
Linda?
well. Very well, Bridge. Very well, Oxchair. Happy New Year to you guys and to all the listeners.
Yeah, happy New Year to you, Linda. And it started quite well on the second. Were you quite pleased?
Oh yes, delighted. Yeah, it was a very emotional day for everyone, wasn't it? Everybody connected with the club and also us fans, but absolutely delighted. Didn't play our best, Ox, but we got the 3 points and that's all that matters.
No efforts on target. We won the match. There's a puzzle for you, Linda.
When was the last time that happened?
Don't know. Port Bell need to find that one out.
Yeah, we need to get Stato onto that.
Aye.
Stato.
Tremendous result. But it's all about the next game now, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. On to Sunday and one game at a time, but we've got a fairly difficult month ahead, haven't we, in January? Quite a few tough games, but yeah, just need to, tick them off one at a time.
I agree with you. It looks in paper, away to Motherwell, obviously away to Aberdeen, away to Motherwell, home to Ross County, away to Hibs. But if we can put this one down, it's sort of, the sun starts peering through, if that makes any sense. It doesn't look as difficult if we can knock out Aberdeen. Yeah,
I think it'll be a big test. As you guys have talked about as well, our game's always like a cup final for them. They always raise their game against us, but we've already beaten them twice, once away from home and once at home. So we've got to go into the game with confidence, but it is going to be a tough ask, But I think hopefully we'll go over the line on Sunday and it'll just set us up nicely for the rest of the month.
It's all about attitude for me, Bridgeman.
Absolutely. Look, we all know, I'm under no illusions, and everybody else will be the same. This is a massive, massive game. Once again, biggest game of our season, for 100% sure. And if we get over this one, you're quite right there when you said that. It's a light at the end of the tunnel starting to appear. That's the way I would feel about it. Mm-hmm. We have to win. If we win this one, people will start looking at us differently. Because everybody's just waiting. That they're just waiting for us to drop points. And if we go there and get 3 points, and that's down to 15 games to go to the end of the season, is anybody going to catch us type of thing? That's the way I'll be thinking.
I take umbrage with your waiting. I think they're hoping, Bridge. That makes sense.
Sorry, what do you mean?
I don't think they're waiting. They're hoping.
Oh, of course. 100%, yeah. 100%. Aye, that's what it is. Every single game, they're hoping that happens, But it's, for me, it doesn't really matter. I just want Rangers to go out and do the business and do their best. Get 3 points for the Rangers. And before you know it, they'll be down to 10 games to go. And then the bottles will go. The bottles will go, that's for sure. Not on us, but them.
I've been busy writing all these letters to my MP there. I think they've got this total wrong with this vaccination, starting with all genes down. I think it's a disgrace.
Why is that?
They're always going on about equality and ageism, and so there should be no difference. Everybody should be treated the same.
I know.
That means you'll get any eyebrows before me and Linda.
Don't say anything, Bridge.
I'm not saying anything. I just think there was somebody made it.
You'll get any eyebrows before me and Linda. Bridge, turn the show off. Oh dear.
That was pretty good. Well worked out there, by the way. The Perry, I think the trees were at it there with me. Saying that. Shocking. Shocking.
You feel as if you've been tag team, Bridge, do you?
Oh, absolutely. Devils a Perry.
No. Hopefully, Bridgeman, with a bit of luck, maybe the end of the season, you never know, we might get back in for one game.
Somebody said in follow today, one of the guys said in follow, so we can get our two vaccinations, and that'll be us free. We can get into the last couple of games at Ibrox. Who can stop us? Why would they stop us if you got your 2 certificates? Say you've got your vaccinations.
I'm puzzled with all this they're saying about all these. We get so many vaccinations and we've got a problem with distribution. How did they not just get a mob in Edinburgh and done all that and sort out? They problem with needles and everybody getting jags, didn't they?
Very good, that one. Very good. You're on fire tonight, boy. You're on fire tonight. Well done. But it's pretty sad all the same that the vaccine's there. They can't get. I think it's not so much a distribution per se. I think they can't make the vials up as quickly as they thought they could.
Yeah.
Or they might not. Right. That Hancock turned up by GP. They said the right one today.
Yeah.
Could be called. Don't get me started, Bridge. Don't get me started.
Get one of the old shop stewards for the Clyde shipyards, and they'll sort it out for them.
Quite right, mate. Quite right. That's for men. Right, okay. Right, Linda, who's Sean for us? Who was the guys that helped pull us through on Saturday for you?
Well, obviously McGregor. I think he's been everybody's sort of man of the match, hasn't he? The saves that he pulled off, absolutely fantastic. Kept us in the game in the first half, particularly. Although I think everybody's quite right that he didn't have any saves to make after 20 minutes, but no, he was brilliant. I thought Balogun was really good as well, Ox. A couple of really brilliant blocks, in the box. Maybe stopped a couple of certain goals or shots on target anyway. Hadji made a difference when he came on. Everybody's been saying that. And actually, I thought Tav, if you think about his contribution, the pass up the line to Alfie that ended up with the sending off.
What a fabulous pass.
Wasn't it, Bridge? It was amazing. And then he won the free kick that led to the corner, and then he delivered the corner for the goal. So, think about Tav's contribution to that game as well. But the 4 of them kind of stood out for me, I think.
All right. You mentioned Liam Balogun there, Linda. If he sort of got you first and then Bridge, he's come in. We got one a free transfer.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen him play, funny enough, just before the last game at Pittodrie. He came in, and for his first game, he has impressed. Value for cash for you?
Yeah, arguably he could even be our sort of best in terms of value for cash, couldn't he, Ox? You've obviously got Roof to think about in terms of his goals, but Balogun has made, I think it's something like 19 appearances, I think he's made. 16 starts, and he looks fairly solid, doesn't he? He's got a bit of pace about him, and he just seems to have slotted in. And even when he's had to sit out for Hollander coming in, he's just come right back in sort of seamlessly. So yeah, I think he's been a fantastic signing, and considering we got him on as you say, a free transfer, and looking at what other teams have paid for centre halves, I think we've absolutely got a diamond there.
Can't disagree with that. Hawkschair, can't disagree with that. It's really good words. Yeah, absolutely. I think Balogun's very, very much improved. Very much improved. And you could, before you think, we could allow between him and Helander. But the truth of the matter is, it really is between him and Helander. And there's absolutely, it's like McLaughlin and McGregor in goals. You could easily swap them out and be very happy with them. I think it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, he's got attributes that Highlander's got. He's got that pace that Highlander's got. I think Highlander might be a better reader and maybe because he plays in the left of defence, he maybe looks more comfortable. But big Balogun's pace gets him to tackles like the couple of blocks he has on Saturday. That maybe Highlander might not get there, but you don't know if Highlander would have read it slightly different. So but it'd be interesting. We've never even seen the two of them play together because Golson's just a mainstay, Linda.
Yeah, that's right, Ox. I don't think Golson's missed one single minute of any game, hasn't he? He's not been subbed. He started every game. Him and Tav, I think, have played the most. But I know Tav's been taken off in a couple of games. But yeah, Golson...
Linda, you find it hard to take off his centre halves because you spin them and you send them out the park, and you've got to tell them what to do because they're not very bright centre halves, so.
Apart from Bridgeman.
He's on mute, but he'll be cursing and swearing in the background.
You're absolutely right, by the way. I think the two you get two different centre halves with Helander and Balogun, and Helander reads the game better than Balogun overall. But I think that Balogun had an absolutely superb game against them, and they held them out. I think they got about four shots in the first 20 minutes or something, like 4 shots that McGregor dealt with. The rest of them were all way over the bar and things like that. It was just a normal game then. When we had chances, we missed them. And I think we started to get our grip in the game after 20 minutes. Sorry, pal.
So, Linda, would it be fair to say the question you're asking is, we're into a transfer window and we signed, who did we sign in the summer there? We signed John McLaughlin. We signed Big Liam Balogun. We brought Hadji in, but he sort of came in this time last year.
Yeah.
We brought in Kemar Roof and Itten.
Yeah.
So we've actually brought in really 4 or 5 real guys that are first team players.
Yeah.
They're no fringe players. They're knocking about the first team. And obviously Roof's grabbed the headlines with some of his goals, spectacular goals.
Yeah.
What you're saying is value for money.
Yeah. Who do we think the best signing has been this season, value for money wise?
All right. I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to bring the wise man in who's sitting there. Mr. Fox, in you come, mate. You're always looking at things in a different light. The golfing superstar. How we doing, mate?
Good evening.
That's a fair comment, isn't it? It's sort of 4 or 5 players with real value for cash we've had so far, for them all, really.
Aye, well, Ruth was a good signing, class player. Itten still to find his feet, but looking to be a good prospect. Hadji, I always took to be one for the future. I think the most important one was probably getting a contract to Stephen Davis, mate, after was it a loan last year, wasn't it?
I think that was a year before, actually.
Was it? Oh, how time flies.
Aye. Aye. But out of the signings that came in the door, mate, I mean, we've done it again with the freeway. Unfortunately, Balogun's no 20s, no 22, he's 32, but he's done a good job for us, mate, hasn't he?
People talk about players at 32 and 36 as if they're ancient, mate. It's not the 1960s and 1970s when players' careers were over in their early 30s. There's players now playing into their 40s, so I don't think it's a great thing to get upset about. People were going on about Stephen Davis, his legs will go. He's come through that period of 2 games a week there without a problem. And Balogun, if we renew his contract, will play for another couple of years for Rangers.
I hope so, because he's going to be a good stalwart. I think he's a smashing player for us,
One thing pleased me was Saturday when they had the bigs, the melee, when Duffy should have been sent off. Linda Balogun was right in there along with Kamara, funny enough, the other value for pounds player. He was right in there and all. It's funny what happens when people stand up to bullies, isn't it?
Aye, absolutely. And I hear
I'll tell you what, they didn't have to back down as well. Sorry there.
Your name, I know you use this name at the weekend, but you're Bridgeman. Linda's Linda, all right?
Cool.
No, I heard Bridgeman saying the other night that he thought obviously the Duffy challenge was a stonewall red card, and I totally agreed with him. And the more you look at it, we're so glad that Kent hopefully has walked away from that Ox without any injury. He didn't look to be injured, but no wonder they all, were right in there. And yeah, it was nice to see Balogun, Kamara and Joe Aribo actually standing up, because it was a shocking tackle. But yeah, you like to see that because it shows a really good teaminess and, good camaraderie.
You're here. In you come, Bridgeman.
Yeah, I was just going to agree with it. In fact, it looked to me like the big Duffy guy ran away. He actually got away from the sort of small crowd that was running initially, and he got to the back of the crowd. But it was the guys were pushing the Celtic players back, and Rebo was very vociferous along with Kamara, and well done to them. I've been waiting for the last 2 years for our team to do that. And anybody touches any member of your team, get the crowd round them. Get the crowd round them and give them some stick. The referee will come out and sort it all out and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, Morelos got booked, and I don't really understand why he got booked, but never mind. But that's the worst part of it. I don't want him to get booked, but don't think twice. Get straight over there. I've watched the Italians and the Germans doing this for years. Surround the referee, surround them, blah, blah, blah.
They didn't have compliance officers, right enough. Listen, just to let you know that Mr. S. Kipper's at it again, Bridgeman.
S. Kipper? All right, okay. Let me look.
Yes, no. You know, mate. He said with tonight's panel, Bridgeman and Linda, it's the Beauty and the Beast.
Oh dear. Oh dear. No, I'm awful sorry for her.
That's right, Bridge. Who's who?
Mr. S. Kipper's at it again.
Lawyers, letters, Bridge. Lawyers,
aye. S. Kipper's got a good lawyer, I'll tell you. Yeah, a great lawyer.
He's a good lawyer, isn't he? And a good surgeon and all.
Brilliant.
Right, okay. If people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. We brought in a call with Fox and Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up. We will bring you into the call. We will bring you in, and then we'll bring you into the conversation. Good to see that bit of team spirit. Maybe we lacked that the last couple of years, Linda. Would that be fair?
Yeah, probably, Ox. I couldn't disagree with that. But, you know, they've been together now for 2 to 3 seasons, and, you know, they've come on leaps and bounds in terms of the actual football that we're playing now. So, the teaminess and that will come through, and they're all in it together. It's so good to see.
Can I ask you a question? Did any of you pick up on Alan McGregor when I made that fabulous save and he pushed the ball onto the post?
He never touched that.
He turned to the referee and said, I never touched it, I hit the post. The referee says a corner, I never touched it. Brilliant.
It was quite funny. Yeah. Linda, going back to the transfers in, who's your top value for money then personally for you?
I was thinking that it was Kamara Roof, just in terms of his goals return and the important goals that he scored. You know, and his overall play, Ox, I think he's brought something different to the forward line. But Balogun's catching up in terms of just his overall effectiveness and the impact that he's made. But they would probably be the top two for me, I think.
Oh, the caller's with us. Evening, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name, mate?
Davy Wood.
How we doing, Davy? All right?
Aye, fine, thanks. Aye, first time caller.
All right, smashing, mate, smashing. What's on your mind?
How good is it to be a bear or a bearette, Linda, at this moment in time?
Oh, right, well, Linda, on you go, Linda. Up to you, all yours.
It's great to be a bearette, yes, it's brilliant. Davey, I've supported Rangers all my life, so like everybody else probably, so been through good times and bad times, but hopefully we're on the sort of the verge of something really special, and hopefully we can see out this season.
Same here, Linda.
Yeah.
Aye, I was just going to say, the last time I felt this good was back in 1975 when I was after we clinched the league at Easter Road, and I was lucky enough to be there to see it. I've never been so happy since then, but I'm happy again.
You need to go a bit there, Davey.
Aye, I know, I can. But that year I felt we were going to win the league and stop them for getting their 10. And I feel the same way as I'm sitting here the night that we're going to do it.
Fair comment, mate. I mean, obviously, what was that? 46 years ago, that'll be. Obviously,
I was 21-year-old.
Oh, my grandfather tells me about the games, you know.
It was a great day. It was.
I was there, Davey. I was there, but I didn't realise what it meant at the time. I was a bit young. I was.
Aye.
I'm not taking the pee.
Brilliant.
Another thing, lads and lassies, and we know the greatest supporters in the world, bar nobody.
I think we've shown that. I mean, other teams and supporters, I'll take this to Bridgeman then, Linda, Davey, yeah. Other team supporters in the past would have said it was easy to support Rangers with success in that, and maybe accused you of being sort of glory hunters, you know. But I think we've proved that it's not about success, it's about our club. The reason we are successful is because of the support so many people give our club. Bridgeman and then Linda.
Yeah, I think we have to say that our support overall the world, to be honest, have been absolutely outstanding. They've given the Rangers club amazing backing, absolutely amazing backing. And when we get into to watch the games, we've got the best travelling support probably in the world, to be truthful. Just amazing stuff, just brilliant. Very, very happy to be called a bear and going to see a team. Admittedly, my age doesn't let me go to the away games anymore. No, my wife doesn't let me go to away games anymore, should I say. No, it's too old for me. It's too much for me to go away. I just love it. We are the best fans in the world. Our club wouldn't be where we are without the fans.
Correct.
Turn your phone off, Bridge. You're getting beeped. No. Linda.
Yeah, I would agree with Bridge and Davey in terms of the fans. When you think about the support that we've given the club, even in the years when we were down in the lower divisions, as Bridge says, the away fans and all these clubs commented on how Rangers kept them afloat at times as well. You know, we were able to put money into these clubs. And unfortunately, you know, we were put down into the lower leagues. But even over the last couple of years, all the things that the club have brought out, we've all, you know, subscribed to. Season tickets this season, all the merchandise, Managerials, you know, everything. So the fans are just second to none.
Definitely.
Yeah. Davey, how long have you been listening to the show for?
I listen to it every night for probably the last 6 weeks, possibly.
All right, okay. All right.
Sometimes it will work, but I shouldn't say that.
So you're a professional listener?
Aye. I don't know what else. I'm not sure what else to say now.
No, it's all right, mate. Listen,
I've never phoned into a radio show before.
Are you really happy with what Gerard's done for us, mate, as a manager?
Oh, aye, Gerard, definitely. My favourite was Jock Wallace. Maybe not the best manager all the times, but definitely my favourite back then. But Gerard, I love him.
Where is it you're from, Davey?
I'm originally from Ardrossan in Ayrshire, but I'm
all right, good man.
Stayed down in Dumfries for about 7 years now.
Oh yeah, whereabouts?
Davey, don't tell him where you are. He came to see me for a day. I had him for 3 weeks.
Actually, I stay in an area in Dumfries, Lochside, where Big Ted McMahon was brought up.
Oh, there you go. The Tin Man.
Aye.
The Tin Man, yeah. Aye. Well done.
So,
well done, pal. Well done.
It's a great show. I love listening to you. The banter's brilliant as well.
Cammy Bell's from in your area, isn't he? Cammy Bell.
Aye, I believe so.
He's from Annan.
Annan, that's correct.
Do you really like to walk from Dumfries to Annan Bridge?
No, I know that. It's in Dumfries, isn't it?
It's not that far away.
There you go.
Yeah. Great to hear from you, Davey. And listen, I know people are nervous when they come on, but I hope you enjoyed making your first time call, mate.
I did. It's been great talking to you. I'll try and get back on again.
Aye,
Sorry.
you phone in any time you like, mate. You phone in any time you like.
Right. Sorry, what was you going to say there?
Do you think we're going to do it this year?
99% confident.
That'll do me, mate. That'll do me.
As Bridgeman says, if we play, we win. I think it's Bridgeman that said that. If we play,
I say a lot of things.
Aye, 1-0.
No, but you're right. You're right. It's actually Oxtear that normally says that kind of thing, to be honest.
Oh, right.
No, he's very good at it. He comes away with some good stuff. Sometimes it can be a lot of rubbish, but it's mostly good
stuff. More often than not.
Right, lads, I'll let you get on.
Right, David, thanks for the call, mate. Yeah.
Listen to the rest of the show.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, David. All the best, pal.
Cheers.
All the best.
We are a people.
Indeed.
What a nice bloke, Bridgeman, huh?
Absolutely brilliant. Aye, most people that come in the phones on here are just excellent. Really good.
Aye, you get a sixth sense. That's how I know you're a rascal.
Hey, you. I haven't said anything rascally at all.
I've seen your record. I've seen the chart sheets.
Skipper says Bridgman's most famous saying is "not guilty, Your Honour." Absolutely right, and a lot of truth in it too. I'll tell you, a lot of truth.
The big boys made me do
it. Oh dear, that was a horrible time.
Oh, right, where were we, Linda? Before Bridgeman, I get where you're coming from. I would still have Roof ahead of Ballaghan.
Yeah.
Because of what he's done, but it's quite. People are saying Helander, Ballaghan, doesn't really matter, and that's the biggest compliment I suppose you can pay the boy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Bridge always goes on about Helander and maybe having that balance, because he's left-footed. And I think there is that is a good point, actually, Ox. But certainly both of them have performed really well, and I don't think we have any difficulty with either of them playing beside Golson.
Golson's fitness, Bridge, has been remarkable since he joined us. I'm just going to look, every time I mention him, I did check this out, and I'm going to look. What's that? He's been with us 2.5 seasons. Is that right? That'd be fair?
I think he's longer than that. Was he not here when before Gerrard came?
No, it was Gerrard's one of Gerrard's first.
Well, God Almighty, what's the man? I know. I'm just. Well, it's the same time as Gerrard. Then same time.
I'm just going to look and see how many games he's played in 2.5 seasons. Connor Golson. Here we go. Would you have a guess?
How many games he's played?
I have a guess. Go on. Come on, hurry up.
Oh, sorry, me or Linda, sorry.
We'll do it by age first. So
right, okay, on you go, Linda. Only joking. That must be about 100 and... Must be about maybe 120, 115, 120 games.
2.5 years, that's no bad going. What would you go for, Linda?
I would maybe, we're talking about maybe 50 odd games a season, maybe slightly more than that, maybe just 180 maybe.
180?
Well, did you say 2.5 years?
Aye, 2.5 years, 180.
No,
I forgot, sorry, Linda. Arithmetic's no your thing, is it?
180.
I would say about 120 Ox.
Right, let's just say he plays on Sunday, right? So if you'd have missed that third double top and got treble top and you got a single, what would you have?
Oh.
So you've hit two treble 20s, Bridge, and a single 20. What would you score?
140, isn't it?
140.
Spot on, yes. Linda, you keep away from the arithmetic questions.
It was a bit closer than the last time you asked me to.
Actually, that's surprising because, not surprising really, but He's played in every. I don't think he's missed any games, Austria. But that's a tremendous, unbelievable stuff. 140 games for us since he started this.
He's getting the game on Sunday. It'll be 140.
Will be 140. Wow, just wow, you know.
2.5 seasons.
41 games in Europe.
Yeah.
That is just wild. It's crazy, isn't it? We've got this guy who's supposed to be finished. He's out of the game. He's blah, 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 blah. And he walks into Rangers. And okay, he gets a bit of a rollicking because he's not 100% fit and all the other things. But the man just sticks with him, and look at him now. Wow. And that's just a rock for us. He's just an absolute rock. It's tremendous, tremendous. Well done to him, by the way. Hats off to him. Hats off to him.
You've got to give credit where it's due. Talking about credit where it's due, we've been joined by one of the gentlemen of Rangers Radio. We couldn't get him, so Bob G has joined us. How are we doing?
Evening all. How you all doing? All right.
All right, Bob.
Hi, Bob G. Good evening.
Fine. Good evening. Nice to hear you. So, you're talking there about the centre of the defence.
Mm-hmm.
The statistics prove it. How many goals have we lost in the league? Is it, I don't know, is it 5? Yeah.
And that just proved it. Check that out for us and count it up.
Yeah. I mean, that just proves the performances. I watched a wee bit on YouTube after I signed off last night about Goldson. It was, you know how they highlight a player on Match of the Day. Well, it was Lineker and his gang. They were highlighting Goldson when he played for Brighton, and they were showing wee snippets of it, and he looked absolutely outstanding. And as I said to you a couple of weeks ago, I mean, they paid £80 million for this Maguire. You know, I'm not going to make comparisons with him, but he's no that much better. If he's better than Connor Goldson, he's been outstanding for us. He's been great, the boy. Terrific. And Balogun, the very first day he played was against Aberdeen. Am I right? The first day of the season.
Aye.
And I was out with the dreaded Dogs, and I phoned my mate. I says, "What's the team today?" He says, "Oh, he's playing that big centre half, and we don't know anything about him." By God, we knew plenty about him after the 90 minutes anyhow. And since then, he's been outstanding as well, domestically and in Europe. Brilliant player, Big Balogun. And Fox is right. People can go on with their levels of fitness now into their late 30s, sometimes up to 40. Look at Ronaldo. I know he's something else, but at the end of the day, I mean, you're talking about the day and age of sports scientists, therapists, and what have you. So, different days. So, Big Leon Balogun, you play for the Rangers for a while yet, son, as far as I'm concerned. So, I'm not going to overstay my welcome tonight, Hawks, but I'll be here for a wee while before the Ducks start batting.
You never overstay your welcome. We've been trying to get rid of Bridge for years.
Oh, didn't do that, for God's sake. Oh, no.
He's there, he's cursing me again, his own beauty.
You're giving it the night, Hawks.
Oh, man, you know, I heard him and that Fox giving it to me before the show.
Aye.
I think Bob, I think if you look across our defence, you'll see maturity in our defence. Not necessarily old legs and all that, but good maturity.
You do.
Your two fullbacks are roughly the same age, which is like 27. Is that right?
Aye.
Tavernier and Barisic, and your two centre halves. The two of the three are roughly the same age. And they're not that far away from each other. That's brilliant.
That's sorry, they're good. They've got two class goalkeepers to back them up to. And
roughly the same age as well.
Player as well.
I'm happy with our defence.
Yeah. Oh, so we should be. As I say, the statistics bear it out. And the only time we lost 3 goals this season was that debacle at Paisley there a fortnight ago. But that happens. That's a cup tie. But we'll get over that. We've got plenty to play for. Loads to look forward to. So, start for Sunday. Let's get into it and get on with it. And Linda, you there, yeah?
Yes.
Hiya, how you doing? You're one of the 130% people along with me. I keep telling the boys that all these people try 130% against the Gers every week. And we're going to face it on Sunday again, and we're going to handle it again every week. I don't like this era of inevitability that Celtic are going to win every week. They just go, we're playing Celtic, they'll beat us, end of story. Well, it's a different attitude with Rangers. Well, sorry, this is a different level of Rangers team they're all playing now. So, 19 points and counting.
Absolutely,
I like that.
Bob.
19 points and counting. I could handle that. It would help my nerves, Linda.
Yeah.
I know it can be nervy, isn't it, Ox, when you're watching? You know,
That's him and
particularly.
his Bridgeman scores 1-0. Me, I want 5 or 6 so I can relax.
It's because there's so much at stake as well, isn't there, Bob, this year? You know, that's an understatement, but this is the one year that we really do want to win the title, and
Absolutely.
we just need to keep going, as you say, win every game or as many games as we can, and see where it takes us.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got the squad, we've got the personality there, a really good management team, a good side on the park. 1 or 2 guys need to step up to the mark. Mr. Zungu, you know, I'm not going to criticise the boy. He's not really had a chance yet. But Mr. Zungu, Mr. Ritten, the second half of the season, the league starts now. Let's see what you can do. Get us over the line, everybody. Whether you're a defender, a midfield player, or a forward, everybody hit their game. Get us over the line. We can do this. We're looking at the prospect of getting back into the Champions League, which means a lot to the club. So that's my view on things. Not the moment.
You know, when we win 55, Bob, Jet, when we win 55, there's going to be much gnashing of teeth and wailing from over the other side of the city. They will fight.
Well, there will be
mourning about everything. That's for sure.
I'm going to invest in a Harris fencing company.
I think life jackets, because that counts the Erskine Bridge will be busy.
No. Ah, well, that is their problem. We've had that problem for a long time, standing every year watching them, winning this, winning that, winning the next thing. We all know the protocol of that we weren't up to it, but we're certainly up to it now, and they can it. But that's again, as I say, that is their problem. See that game that Davey was talking about, the fella played in Freeshire there, was talking about at Easter Road in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to tell you the story about that now because it means so much to me. But no, I won't tell you the story. No, I'll wait until we won the league till we're officially champions before I come back on the show and tell you, because it's got a massive significance for me. I couldn't make it that day because of emotional ties, and I'll tell you about it at a later date. But let's hope we can do it again.
All right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Bob. If you want to talk about emotional things, Fox is a man. Bring Fox in and let him talk to him.
He's your man for your problems, any emotional.
Absolutely.
No.
Pour them out.
It's not.
Yeah, pour them out.
It's
personal thing, Bob. You can tell us when we win.
I'll tell you. I want to tell you after we won the league. It meant so much to me that day. As a family thing, and I want to tell you when we day win the league. So I'll conceal my emotions about it till then.
Here.
Okay.
All right, mate. All right, no problem. Listen, Fox is still your guy for any emotional well-being.
Aye, no, it's to talk to you all. I know. It's nothing like that, I can assure you. But yeah,
brilliant.
We're all getting an area of impatience. You know, I sense a real area of impatience with us all that we really, really want to do this. And obviously, Mr. Gerrard and the squad feel the same. We really want and need this championship. And I'm quite convinced, as I've told you every night on the show, that I feel that we're going to do this year.
Mm-hmm. Fox also realised, as he pointed out to me in Bridge before the show, that Rangers is a club for everybody and anybody, didn't he, Bridge?
He did indeed, pal. He did indeed.
Yes, he did indeed. He taught me a new thing or two we didn't know what.
Absolutely. But then, sometimes I think he's quite old, Foxy, but, you know, looks are deceiving right enough.
Bob, you keep that story, and you can tell us when you're ready. Hopefully when we win the championship, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very serious story, but and I'm not serious very often, you don't know, but yeah, we're not going about that. We'll wait till the time comes. But Linda, yes, Rangers. Sorry.
All right, Linda. When you obviously your family eat and breathe the Jers, you know, and What's the vibes every weekend? Just want to tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, everybody's just so desperate for us to win the league. As we've said earlier, we've all been through some good times and obviously, bad times over the last sort of 8 or 9 years. But everybody's just desperate for success. When we went out of the League Cup, there was a few in my family very disappointed with that, because I think they just want any sort of silverware that's out there. They want us to go and win it. But most importantly, everybody wants us to win the league. But yeah, right through to my dad, who's like 79, he still supports Rangers, and he reads his paper every day and he knows what's going on in the football world. And everybody's just so desperate, Ox, for us to have success again,
Yeah. You can feel it, Bob Jazz, right? We're impatient for the games to come about, Bridge.
Yeah, you know what I'm like? I'm as straight as a die as far as this is concerned. Next game is the most important. No man, there's always will be a next game, and we have to go for the next game. You're only playing the next game. It's all you can play. You can't play the next 5 games in a row. You've got to play one at a time. That's what we need to do. And it's a big game, of course, with Aberdeen. But seriously, if we don't believe in our squad, in our management group, that we can't go up to Aberdeen and take 3 points, then there's something lacking. We need to have an attitude that we're going up there and we're going to win and get right. And we know it's going to be hard. We know they're going to be a bit of rough and tough as well, probably. And the truth is, they may beat us, but I don't think they will. I think we've got a great squad.
Has anybody got an update on Roof's fitness? Or anybody's fitness? Any injuries?
I don't think we'll get that to tomorrow's press conference, Bob.
The press conference. Aye, that's right. Aye. I usually releases that on a Friday. Yeah. Here's home is cleared up a wee bit anyway.
Aye. We deserve a bit of luck. I'm actually more worried about Ryan Jack, mate.
Well, I said to you last night. I mean, I'd seen a thing that they were a bit worried about Ryan Jack. Aye. But hopefully. They were blaming Clark for overplaying him for Scotland. But there you go. Boy wants to play international football, that's it. But here's hope. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. You'll be fine.
Hope so.
What Bob just said there in New York, there's no far away from the truth. He wanted to play for Scotland and he was enticed into doing it. I think it's
maybe come back to bite him. I don't know enough about the injury. Maybe when we get the detail we'll be able to judge that. Well, if you want to come and join us, it's 0141 356 1972 or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. Well, you'll be brought to the call with Fox or Old School Boy. Phone up, hang up, we will phone you back and then we will bring you into the conversation. Aye, it's made it exciting, Linda. It's made it exciting but nervy. How are you? You're picking the team. Let's assume that Arfield, Jack... Arfield, Jack and Roof are unfit.
Okay. Well, I would have McGregor in goal, Tav, Goldson, Balogun and Barisic. And with Davis, Kamara and Aribo as midfield. And Hadji, Morelos and Roof. Sorry, he said Roof would be out. It would be Hadji, Morelos, and I'd probably pay Itten if Roof wasn't fit.
All right, you're taking Ken in the fire now?
Yeah.
All right, well, been joined by Denver Bear. Evening, Denver.
Good afternoon, folks. How are we? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Aye, everybody's doing well over there?
Well, it depends.
Doing okay, mate.
Bridge is enjoying it. He's not having to spend any money.
That's like remember when I came out in February, Oxy, he never spent a penny, never even bought me a beer. Travelled 5,000 miles and never even bought me a beer.
No, wasn't a surprise, Denver, if I'm being honest.
That's why he's going.
What's on your mind, mate?
Just to call in, just to make sure everybody's doing all right and wish you all the best. Thoroughly enjoyed the game when what was it, Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember what game it was.
Saturday. Did you watch
It was good
it live, Denver?
Aye. We're up, my missus said I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning watching it, and want to check in with Walter Smith on Rangers TV and all that. So she said to me when I got up, she says, keep it down a wee bit. I want to get an extra few sleeps here. Oh, well, that didn't last long. We were just effing and blinding all over the place. Me and the boy, So. But aye, it's good stuff,
It was all about the result, Denver, eh?
That's right, aye. I feared the worst for, the first 20, 30 minutes. But, we came back into it just fine, I mean, all that crap you're reading about how they dominated us and all that. What a load of crap that is, man.
They dominated for the first 20, 25 minutes.
Aye. That's for sure, aye. But, it's all good. We're looking good. Just keep one game at a time, as Bridgman says, and, just concentrate on this game on Sunday and we'll all be good,
This is a biggie, but it is a biggie, yeah.
Oh, aye. What time's the kick-off on Sunday, Ox?
It's 2:30 or something. I'll just check exactly when that's for you, mate.
How are you keeping Denver? Doing
well, Bridge, yourself?
Wonderful, pal. Absolutely wonderful, thanks. And it's been a good new year. It's been very cold here, but nothing like Colorado. Nothing like it.
Aye. It's all right here.
It's hard to believe, Denver. It's a 3 o'clock kick-off. It's
on
a Sunday.
Man alive. So I got up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 in the morning, man alive.
Oh, you'll get a long sleep then.
Long sleep, man, aye. How the hell is that? Why is that kick-off at that time, Mox?
I know I've got a lot of influence, but Sky Telly don't phone me up and ask me when they put the games on. Not that clue, mate.
Oh, all right, okay. I'll tell my missus
it'll be slot in when there's a gap in the English programme.
Aye. Are we the only game on the Sunday? Is that right? Is it the Rangers the only Scottish game on the Sunday?
Then Hibs and the COVID-11 playing the Monday night.
Oh, the COVID-11.
Very good. The COVID-11.
God. The COVID hanky heat. Yeah. Oh man. So we're confident for Sunday.
Yes.
Good man.
Bob, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always confident every week. Always confident. Especially, like I tell you, David, Andrew Considine and Ash Taylor, we can get by them all right. Oh, they'll go out in the park, flung in tackle and all the rest of it. But yeah, we're confident.
Linda?
Yeah, I'm confident. Probably. When you think about, their players in midfield, and our defence will probably be under the cosh a wee bit because they'll probably play sort of long balls up front to their, their big forwards. But if we battle, then isn't it, Bob? Our good play should come through in the end. But we probably do just need a wee bit more from maybe some of the players, maybe just to get us through this game on Sunday. I'm thinking about, maybe the forwards. If he does start Kent, then maybe it's going to be time for him to kind of step up and have a really good game. But I suspect that he might leave Kent out on Sunday. I'm not so sure.
All right. Bridgman. No, Bridge is not there.
Here, pal. I'm here, buddy.
You confident?
For Sunday, I'm actually. Yeah, I think we should. We should all be confident. I know it's going to be a tough game. I'm under no illusions, but we need to be within ourselves. Every person that follows the Rangers needs to be able to say we're going to win that game and believe it. That's what we need, including the players and our management. I'm confident. I'm going for a 1-0.
What be you, Denver?
Aye, confident. My concern, especially on Saturday, was getting the ball away so easily a lot of times, bigger Rebo and that, we need to concentrate and make sure that our passes meet our Rangers player, because we gave the ball too easily away on Saturday,
Aye. That was how we ended up under the cosh, because every time we go to the bottom of the park, we gave it away cheaply.
That's right.
Back in tappies, mate.
I know. It was concerning, but young Hadji made a difference. I know you're not a great fan.
He done okay.
He did all right. He changed the game, because what I love about him is that when he plays the ball up, he runs into space after that. He doesn't just play the ball and then just stand and watch,
Here. I can only see what I think, mate, and I done okay. I'll give credit where it's due, mate. I know I've not been his greatest fan so far, but the last couple of games he's come on, he's done fine.
Aye. Oh yeah. I think this was about 8 days break we're going to have. I think that's a big bonus, because they boys get to spend time with their family and all that, and and relax and get their head away from the football for a few days, So I'm assuming they're back in training already. Would they go back yesterday or the day?
My understanding was they go at Sunday, Monday after they were back in Tuesday, mate.
Is that quick? All right.
Aye.
That's professional stuff, Fox,
Dale's joined us. Dale, can you put your camera off, mate?
Oh, you're joking. Have I got that one again? Oh, my God. I thought I was doing good. Wait, that's it. Is that it?
No, hurry up.
All right, okay, that's it. All right.
That's it, all right.
I thought that was a speakerphone.
Evening, Dale.
All right, how you doing?
Hi, Dale.
Aye, no, I'm good. I thought I had it all sorted out and I had it down, keep the phone away from the ear and all the rest of it, and I put the camera on. Well, I don't know. But here in touch with Denver there, is for the Briggs.
Yeah, Denver's originally for the Briggs, ain't you, Denver?
That's right, aye. Left there 25 years ago this year, aye.
Aye, well, I'm the same. I'll be 25 years ago this year and all. Where did you come from?
Did you ever go on the Bishop Briggs bus?
No, they wouldn't let me on.
Well, that's because I was the president at that time, and we knew fine well what you were like,
Oh, aye, more likely. Is that the one that left for the Crow Tavern?
Aye, exactly, aye.
Aye, it was kind of hard to go on that one. Big Davy was in charge of the Crow at the time. Do you remember that?
Aye. Well, I know, aye.
So it was, you had to be in the in-crowd there. I was too busy getting to jail.
These are all rogues. Every one of these were all rogues up there, I'll tell you.
Disgraceful behaviour, Bridgeman, eh? Disgraceful behaviour.
Aye. Well, it's Spam Valley, man, I mean, that's it. Everybody thought they were dead posh and all the rest of it.
You're coming on to Rangers Radio and admitting all that. Unbelievable.
You're dragging yourself down.
No, I'm bringing myself up, mate. Don't worry about
it. All right. Denver, where are you? Are you driving about the snow?
I'm actually in a place called Bennett, Colorado, which is about 30 miles east of Denver, flat as can be.
All right, that was Bennett. That was Fox's favourite nightclub, Bennett's in Glasgow.
Oh, I saw it was.
Oh, brilliant.
That's a belter.
Will you tell me your option?
Bridgeman will back me up. He was telling us a lot about it before the show, wasn't he, Bridge?
He was banging on about a few things before the show, I'll tell you. Shocker, the man is. Shocker.
Fox is no gay, but his boyfriend is.
Oh, don't say that, please. Oh, please don't say that, please.
Denver. No.
Don't say that. Unbelievable, I'll tell you. But you're along the right lines.
How's your temperature, Denver?
60 degrees at this moment with short sleeves on now.
That's all right, isn't it?
To get some wee bit of snow on Saturday, right enough. So, but it's not much though, It's been a crazy dry winter out here, It's fine, And I believe it's minus Baltic in Scotland. Is that right?
Bridgeman refused to go today. Sent the missus out for the papers and the rolls. Come on, Bridge.
It made me laugh that much. I can't find the mute button. Okay, I woke up this morning. I like to go for a walk in the morning, Denver. For where I live, down to Party. It's about 2 miles, you know. And then jump in the bus and go back up because it's all uphill then, you know. So I wouldn't go. I looked at it and it was just white winterland, you know. I'm not going to do that. So we had a couple of days of real heavy ice up around, you know, and I saw that snow lying on top. I said, I'm not going to do that. Tell me.
You don't want. There's no point in that bridge, you know. No point in that at all.
Every time I hear your voice now, I start thinking that Liam Neeson film when he was the guy that cleared the roads in Colorado. Unbelievable. It must have been 7 feet deep, constant. Every day he's going out one way, clear the road, come back the other way. Unbelievable.
Aye.
And what just to cheer us all up, what's the temperature where you are, Dale?
I think it's about maybe 72 Fahrenheit.
Is that Dale for Southern California?
Aye, it is.
Orange County, is it Orange County, is it?
No, I'm doing the street for there, mate. I'm doing the street for there. But I know the boys for the sport club.
Right.
You might get a golf course opened up with 8 temperatures, Linda.
That would be very nice.
Sorry, I'll steal Donald's. No, he doesn't need it anymore. I don't think that he looks at it.
He's got bigger fish to fry.
There's none of you guys out there just to support him or anything, no?
No.
I tell you, a few months ago, I put JFK number forward for the new president.
Who's got the background noise? Is that Dale? Go on mute, Dale.
On me?
No, that was my wife getting on to me.
Oh, was it? Sorry. Sorry, Dale.
You're talking about temperature. I called on a lawyer's letter for your ex-wife earlier. Oh, definitely. 60 degrees in Colorado. Oh, God.
Colorado, Denver, Colorado.
That's right. That wife of mine, she's got a mouth like the Grand Canyon. But that's no nice.
I'm glad you said the mouth.
Well, why? I'm not going to comment on that either.
No, I'm glad you.
They're only 18 stitches in a tatty bag. So on we go.
What do you like, mate? What do you like?
Come on, gentlemen. There's ladies on the show tonight.
Yes, there is, and I think it'll be a good time to have a tune. So get yourself.
Right,
absolutely.
I'm going to cut out, guys. All the best. Take care.
Nice to talk to you, Paul.
All the best. Yourself out in California there.
Speak to you soon, Denver.
All the best, guys. All the best, Linda. Take care.
Cheers, Denver.
All the best. Bye.
Bye.
Just what the Rangers really mean to me. These last few years I've been afraid that we might drift away. So I've been telling old stories with singing songs. Made me think about where we come from. That's the reason why I feel so very proud today. Let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. I wish the days was good, but now I'm coming home. To think of life without the Rangers, we know that it would make me sad. Glasgow Rangers is a thing I've ever had. Brian Lamberton, Trevor Stephen, Marvin Andrews, Seth, keep believing, Davy Cooper on the wing. We remember Gaza with great affection, the day the helicopter changed direction. Jimmy Baxter heroes, pure perfection, Super Ali scores again. Well, let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Ibrox Stadium's cozy, and now I'm coming home. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me old and sad. Glasgow Rangers is everything I've ever had. To think of life without the Rangers, you know that it would make me old so sad. Glasgow Rangers is everything I've ever had.
Wow, Bridgman.
Wasn't that just brilliant? I'm still singing by it. I'm still saying Glasgow Rangers. The ever had. Just fantastic stuff. Just fantastic stuff. Just love it.
The voice of an angel.
Aye.
Right, okay.
Let me tell you that I love you. Right, shut up.
Are you talking to me?
No, you, no.
Right, okay. Where are we, Dale? All right, mate, you've just come on there. What's on your mind, mate? Or did you just
Okay,
Denver to the Briggs?
I know. And I still never found out exactly where he was playing, Bishop Briggs, or where I crossed his path or no. You know, because I was never on the Raiders
I think he's a wee bit older than you, Dale.
There's nobody that much older than me, surely.
Remember the boys I know that
I'm
you
not
played in the band.
I'm not going to mention the names.
Aye.
Oh, I'll mention Bennett's, but I mean, apart from that, I'll not mention the names that's attached to that.
Right, what's on your mind, Rangers Spice?
I'm just, I'm looking forward to the game, but I know it's always a hard game up there, and I know what they can be like. So it's one of the ones. I'm kind of glad it's not that. You know, I think it's going to be 6 o'clock out of bed for me on Sunday, which I'm happy about. I think it's just going to be a hard game, mate. You know, I think they're going to try and close up and shut us down. You know how the way they always play is it's like their cup final 4 times a year, you know. So I don't know how I think we've definitely got it. As long as we come out with that same attitude, you know, one game at a time, just win the game, then we'll win it. But it's just, I don't know if it's going to be that great to watch, mate.
I can't remember brilliant football matches at Pittodrie, Bridgman, but I remember good results then, Linda. Can you come, Linda?
There's been some fantastic matches, I must admit. I have to say that. Good competition. They're always good competition for us. I think we've had some smashing results up there. Admittedly close. We've had some smashing results, and based on the games, you're really happy when you beat them. I mean, seriously happy when you beat them. And probably a deep sigh of relief when the game's over with, you know, and you've won. That's the kind of thing I have with Aberdeen. We don't want it to get to a bruising match because we don't want to injure our players.
You remember that night we beat them 4-2 up there last year?
Aye, but Defoe got the fourth one.
Aye, yeah, that was a really good game that night until Alfie got himself involved with McKenna.
Aye.
Well, we know about that. But Rangers were absolutely brilliant that night. They were outstanding that night. So was Alfie, again, until he got himself involved.
The game last We went 2-0 up quite quickly, and then we blew it, didn't we?
Then we blew it, aye, that's right. Some of the football Rangers played in the first half that night was absolutely outstanding. And then, again, you know what collapsed in the second half. Just with them, with their brute force football. And as the gentleman says, that's what they're going to do. They're going to employ brute force football like they always do. And we've got to be up for it. Mm-hmm. Again, to quote the chap here, that it's their cup final 4 times a year. Why have they got an attitude like that 4 times a year? Why? That's, I hear there's so much up and down the league. You agree with me there, Linda, don't you?
Yeah.
Why do these people got this attitude against Rangers and nobody else?
Yeah, Bob, particularly Aberdeen, and I heard the guys talking about it, I don't know if it was last night, in terms of where this rivalry's come from and, this whole, attitude that they've got towards Rangers. But there's definitely been some really good games since Gerard has come in, and we've played some really good football up there, but we've also got ourselves involved in stuff that we shouldn't have, like battles, and then we lose our way in terms of our good football. And that's exactly what happened with the 2-2 game. We were 2-0 up, and then we lost the goal before half time. I think it was 2-1, and then we just lost our way in the second half. But hopefully we've learned a lot of lessons, Bob, and that won't happen to us on Sunday.
Right, can I go back a wee bit here and tell you that the day of that dreadful challenge with Durant, do you realise that Aberdeen didn't even provide a stretcher for the boy that day?
Well,
if you mind, he was on the back of full boards on his back getting carried on. That's their attitude towards it.
I remember that. I was there, mate. I was there.
Aye. That's what they think of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've got to go in with a really good attitude here on Sunday. Get the sleeves rolled up, get playing. Like you said, Bridgeman, if we play, we'll win. Simple as that. Joe Rebo, get the football going, son. Get into them. I'm going to have to go, folks, and thank you once again, everyone, on the Rangers Radio. We are the people, a club for everyone and everyone. And enjoy the rest of the show. And I'll see you probably. What's the
Hello.
What's the schedule for the show the rest of the week, folks?
Normal time tomorrow night, and then there'll be a show at 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Right, okay, I'll be there, mate. You worry. All the best.
Cheers,
mate.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night, Bob, Ger.
Good night, sir.
That man's a shocker, isn't he? Bob, Ger.
A character, isn't he? Some boys he's got. It's a big game, Dale. It's one of these games you get to. It's all just about. It's like Saturday again. It's just about getting the 3 points. Well,
that's all I'm caring about. To be honest, I don't care, man. 1-0. That'll do me fine. Just like the first game of the season. We just got to get through it and just keep that mentality going. Because really, I just hate to see us. Starting to drop points and stuff like that that's been done before. I know it's still got to be proven this year, and we know things seem to be a lot different with the attitude and stuff. But, you've always got to have fear, in the back of your mind. And, I want to get us back to a point where you've got no fear, where you're not even worried about stuff like that. And they're one of the teams that seem to be able to just, they pop up, from time to time, and it's a really bad game, and we end up, in that situation again. I just don't want to see it. I just want to see pure confidence, going through at Rangers right up to the end of the season, man, and just take this 55. That's all I'm saying, mate.
I get where you're coming. So people want to join us, give us their thoughts. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. If you phone in high up, we will phone you back. Once we phone you back, just wait, we'll bring you into the conversation. Yeah, you gave us your team there, Linda. I think it shows you sometimes your squad's maybe never as big as you think it is, eh?
Yeah, because we've just got a couple of players in doubt, as you said earlier, Ox, probably Jack and Arfield. We don't know how serious Scotty Arfield's injury was. Jack is a bit of a worry, and then obviously if Roof's not fit. We're starting to look a wee bit light, but we've still got quite a bit of quality that we can bring in, and maybe it is time for some of these guys that have been on the sidelines to, really step up now. I'm even thinking about players like Itten. Is Zungu going to play a bigger part going forward if the two midfield guys are out? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And I was also thinking that Defoe's had very little time at all this season, hasn't he?
No, obviously he was injured.
Yeah.
And obviously the team's always been playing. Has been playing well as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been hard to get into the team mocks, hasn't it?
Do you think the Aberdeen game is just a wee bit too heavy for Zungu to come start for the start?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have him at the start. No, he's not. I mean, he showed glimpses. We've not seen enough of him, but I wouldn't have him at the start, mate. You've seen the last two substitutes appearances. People have gotten tappy him quite quick, and it looks a bit caught in the headlights. So he'll need to get that easy game if he's going to play in Scotland.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right, pal. Absolutely right. 100%.
Because that's the way it is, I'm afraid. I think the boys got a chance, but only time will tell, Only time will tell. I think I would pretty much go along the same team as Linda, pretty much. But we'll maybe get a hint more at the press conference tomorrow, Linda.
Yeah, I think so, Ox. We usually get an update on the injuries, and hopefully, maybe Jack's due to come back. It would be really good to see him back. However, with Davis and Kamara, we're only playing the one, game a week over the next month. So hopefully, Davis is going to be all right to play, because he's been terrific as well, hasn't he?
I thought him and Kamara done okay on Saturday as well, even when we weren't playing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big game. Do you think we'll sign anybody in the transfer window, Linda?
Well, before these latest injuries, we probably would have said maybe one if somebody became available that Gerrard thought was going to enhance the team. Not a squad player, somebody who's going to come in and make an actual difference to the starting lineup. But because of these injuries, there's a possibility that he might ask for one or two. But I would probably see it as maybe being loan players, Ox, rather than permanent signings. I don't know what you think.
I wouldn't bring MD in, to be honest, for me.
No.
I wouldn't even think about it now. Unless the injuries are just like, after he tells us tomorrow, you might find that there's another couple of players out for longer than they thought.
If they're going
sorry?
If they're going to be out, mate, he's not going to tell us. Because obviously, if you've been after a player, the deal would change. That you're desperate.
Oh, of course, yes. So all I'm saying is that we might get to know, and then again we might know. But if he goes for someone, I would imagine that there's something wrong, possibly with Ryan Jack's knee, because apparently it's his knee that was causing the problem. I don't know this, by the way. I'm only going with the sort of follow and so on and so forth. But I just don't. And under the run of the mill, no. If we don't have any injuries, I don't think your manager wants to go and buy anyone. I don't see.
Would you bring anybody in, Dale?
No, to be honest with you, I mean, that'd be a pre-contract. You've also got to watch the finances as well. And I think Rangers would be doing well, to secure guys like Kamara and stuff like that, on a bigger deal or a longer contract, and try and keep the players that we've got, at least to the end of the season and see what happens then. I mean, the only, the midfield is kind of scary, because the two players been out there, Arfield and Jack, but you've got we've got Zungu in the background, but that's really all we've got, in a position of strength or any kind of reasonable strength to come into the team. So then we've become, threadbare. So maybe they might look at a lone player for that position, but they've also got to look at the right back position as well, because if we get an injury to Tav, then no disrespect, to the young boy that's coming up there, Nathan Patterson, but you want a wee bit of quality back up there just in case. you just got to cover all the bases here, as far as I'm concerned. Up to the end of the season, and just make sure and get it in the bag.
Very difficult, Linda, to bring somebody in for cover for Tav. They'll say, how many games am I going to get? They'll say then.
I know, probably not hardly any minutes at all. It's got to be somebody who's willing to sit on the bench and wait for for something to happen. I can't see it being a dramatic loss of form or anything for Tav, touchwood, and let's hope he doesn't pick up any injuries. But we've not seen an awful lot of the young boy Patterson. Probably a couple of games he might have been involved in. Remember, he was self-isolating. So he's been a wee bit unlucky that way. But no, big boots to fill in terms of Tav.
Do you think we'll ever call on Jones and
Edmondson?
Edmondson? Do you think we'll ever call on them, or will they be gone?
I've got a funny feeling one of them could leave the club and one could go out on loan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So you don't see any of them being involved at the weekend?
It doesn't look like it, in my opinion. Maybe Jones looks as if he would be close with the injuries we've noticed. Anyway, we've been joined by Jordan. Evening, Jordan.
Even guys, how are you?
Hi, Jordan.
Right, all right, your good self, mate.
Good, not bad, lads. I was actually just fell asleep there for 4 hours after work, so I just thought I'd wake up and see he's on. I thought I might as well give him a call.
All right, I thought you might have fell asleep with me and Bridge were on at the start.
Oh, no, you're mistaken there, boy. You're still getting it wrong.
If it was, forgive us, please. Forgive us.
Oh, you're all right.
What's on your mind, Jordan?
Just looking forward to the Aberdeen game on Sunday. I think it'll be a tough game. Does anyone know what the team news is? Or what the probable team news is?
We've not really heard anything yet because the press conference isn't until tomorrow, mate.
All right.
We're assuming that Jack, Roof and Arfield are not playing. But we don't know, mate.
Well, fingers crossed they pull through, but I hope we get up there and make a real statement, to be honest. I think we'll always get a tough game up there, doesn't it, Mark? Because I think I heard you saying it's like their 4 cup finals at the end of the day, but as long as we go up and do the business again, and I hopefully put a performance on this time, then I think then pretty much we cannot be caught after that. I've got to say, as long as we just keep winning, that's all that matters. I'm expecting a tough challenge, but more than confident they'll come away with 3 points.
Yeah, it was one of the games, John. It's about the 3 points, eh?
Absolutely.
That's awesome, mate. We'd like a performance deal, but as Jordan said, it's just about getting the W on the board.
Well, and really that's what it is. It's just keep going one at a time, keep that mentality. Don't make it come out like, we've been saying this for a while and all the rest of it, and then all of a sudden, we just drop. We've got to just keep going all the time and just keep trying to win games. And as long as we do that, the 3 points, it's just that you keep adding that up. We've got 12 games to go, and it's a definite. Get 3 points every game you get to play. And if Rangers do that, then that's it. It's a done deal, pal.
Has anybody seen the team news? Has anybody given the probable team news for Sunday? Come in, can I hear it?
Linda's gave her team. Do you want to hear that?
Aye, go for it.
Go on then, Linda.
Okie dokie, Jordan. It's McGregor, Tav, Goldson, Balogun and Barisic, Davis, Kamara and Aribo in the midfield, and up front I've gone for Hadji, Morelos, and if they're saying that Roof's out, Itten might come in. So I've actually just said Kent maybe on the bench for Sunday.
I agree with that because, as I say, I think he's been effective at all recently, and I think the one thing that Gerard needs to do is to bench him, to say, listen, you've not been well, this is what's happening, you've not been good, this is what's happening, on the bench now. And Hadji's been more effective, he Hadji run out. Interesting to see Big Itten. I'd love to see him put a few by that mob on Sunday, it'd be absolutely great, so fingers crossed.
Who would you pick?
I'd pretty much. Well, I think that's probably the probable team. I mean, we can debate whether I've kept that or no. I'm going to be confident and say Roof will be fit, so I'd put him in. But if not, if they three are out, then I'd probably go for the same team. Does anybody actually know what's happened with Ryan Jack? Does anybody know what's going on there?
No, we're not going to the ins and outs yet, mate. We're only speculating.
Strange.
You know, we don't want to speculate, mate. We don't know. Hopefully, you never know. It might appear this weekend. You never know.
Never know, aye.
But we'll find out tomorrow, Jordan. You know.
Aye.
What was it? 10 to 12 days. That Eustace was. Remember him, Bridgeman, your mate, John Eustace.
John Eustace, that'll be. He's nearly there. Nearly there. Next week. Next week, Gordon goes.
We never seen him, did we?
John Eustace. I never saw him. No. I don't even think he came up to Ibrox. I think he hardly came to Ibrox at all. I think he was staying in the house, recovering for the injury that was permanent injury. That's the way I felt about it anyway, you know. And everybody asked, and of course, all the sort of reporters, that's one of the key questions you asked them, because that's all you ever got off him, isn't it? What about John Eustace? He's nearly there. Next week or the week after. He wanted to play for us, didn't he? He did want to play.
I think he just passed his best, mate. Passed his best. Happens, didn't it?
Yeah.
Jordan, question for you, mate.
Aye.
Would you bring any players in January?
I would, aye. Maybe I like to look at that boy Lundstrom for Sheffield United. There's a lot of strong talks about him. So it's kind of useful if you get. He's a midfielder, so it'd be kind of useful if you get like obviously players like Arfield and Jacket, which we really miss. So hopefully, the boy Lundstrom, if he does come in, can make a bit of a presence in the midfield. I would say there's not really any other. Maybe in the wings, maybe a freshen up there. I would say apart from that, they're pretty good, to be fair. As far as players are concerned, probably Jones and Edmondson will go, and maybe our players like maybe Barker and Greg Stewart. I've got to admit, guys, I don't know what your opinion is, but I'd have been sad to see Greg Stewart go, because I just think he's never got a chance, and I think the boy was a great aspect for us. I really do.
There was times he should have been playing the full meet, never get a game. Strange, but I don't know if he's good enough to get another team. No, I just quite like Greg Stewart. We've been joined by Andy for Leeds. Evening, Andrew.
Good evening, everybody. Okay.
Hi,
How are you doing, Andy?
Hi, Linda. Right, Jordan. Yeah. On the situation of bringing guys in, if we could get Arfield and Jack fit again, I'm not sure I'd want to touch that. We've got a rhythm going there, and sometimes it could disrupt the team if you brought a couple of guys in and they suddenly got into the team. So I think we've got enough if they're all injury free and we can get them back. My team on Sunday, I would switch Hadji for Kent, and if Ruth's injured, obviously you know what I think about Big Hitting. He would come in for Ruth. That's where I would go with that. If it don't work out with Hitting up the top, then it's give Kent a bit of a kick up the backside for a half an hour, 40 odd minutes when he's on the pack. I think Kent needs telling now that you've got to get your finger out of here now.
You playing Morelos, Andy? You playing Morelos?
No, Morelos won't play. Sorry, not Morelos. Ruth, sorry. If Ruth's injured, I would have Big Hitting in, but I would be swapping Hadji for Kent. I think we had more out of Hadji in the last 3 games than we've had out of Kent in the last 8 and 9. So that's the way I would look at it.
But are you going to play Morelos?
Well, play Morelos, aye.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't.
I meant Ruth because he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
I get your thoughts, Andy, but I think you're right on form. Kent's not been great, but he seems to be one of the names that's on the team sheet every week, doesn't he?
Aye. But we could keep saying that though every week, like he'll come good and we know what he can do. We all know what he can do. But he's not doing it. He don't look. see when he gets the ball, he's wanting to get it away. He just looks lost at the minute. Like, so I think not to get rid of him or anything like that. He just needs a kick up the backside to say, look, we know he can play. I mean, it's too long now. This is it now. From Sunday onwards, that's where the season really starts for Rangers to go on and win this now. And we need Ken and people like that to stand up to the plate and get us going. You know, we've put ourselves in a position now. That's no good. Now we've got to take it on, make sure that we sort it out. And not a bigger statement you can give by going up there and sorting them out there on Sunday. That will put shockwaves down there. If we can go out there and play well, put a big score on or even get the win, that's what I'm looking at now. Now this is the business side now. It's about taking it in now. And we need all the players to stand up now. No point in getting there if they're not going to stand up.
I'm not saying Kent's been playing well at all, Andy. I'm in your camp with that. I think that for some reason Gerrard is one of the guys that Gerrard plays, along with Tav.
But that's a manager. That's a manager in most clubs, isn't it, Ox? Let's be honest. They have their favourites. But you know, sometimes it don't do any harm just to give him a wee shake. That's all I'm saying. And then maybe he'll come back and he'll give you 8 games and 8 points at the 12 games that we're looking to get to win this championship. Because, you know, we've got Witsel there now. We're good enough. We're not really come out of third, fourth gear for the majority of the games. Let's step up now and take this home. Like, you know, get the job done. Because we're capable of doing it. It's just a matter of, you know, lifting the game. You don't know, Kent might come out. He usually does well against the Sheep. He usually does well against the Filth. He's not doing well against anybody at the minute. So, way Adji's playing at the moment, and as I say, you can't say it's a tough game. We know what we're going to get off him. But I think he's getting a wee bit of confidence now, Adji. I think it could be the difference.
Well, we'll see. It'll be interesting. I don't disagree with you, Andy, but I think Kent will play. I don't know. I think Gerrard will play Kent. Linda?
Yeah, you're probably right, Ox. And maybe Gerrard, like us over the last kind of 6 to 8 games, as Andy was talking about there, has been waiting for Kent to really turn up and show us what he can do in terms of an attacking sense. He's got the defensive duties that he has to do, and I think we can all kind of agree, apart from maybe Saturday. He has been, you know, still doing those defensive duties well, but we want him to impact the game further forward, either to create chances or score goals. So hopefully he'll start, you know, stepping up, because we are going to really need him going forward.
Deal.
Was that a deal?
Yep.
All right, okay. Sorry, sir. I was otherwise engaged there, and I'd actually put myself on mute, but I'm all right. I'm back now. I would think Kent will play, and that'll be Morelos and Adji up front, because I don't think, you know, with Ruth being getting that wee niggle, they're going to nurse him. They're definitely going to nurse him. You can't. It doesn't seem, you know, for his past reputation, he's the type of player that you can risk. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's maybe what, you know, the way they're going to go on Sunday. Just my opinion.
All right, okay, mate. We seem to be joined by Port Bear. Evening, Port Bear.
Evening, mate. How you all?
All right, mate. All right.
Hi, Port.
Hi.
All right, Port.
How's everybody doing, Linda? How's yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks, Port.
Good pal, good pal. No, I just thought I'd spark a wee bit of debate tonight in regards to probably two of my favourite, you know, players in the Rangers team, and I can't split them. And I watched loads and loads of footage today on both of them. And I want to ask you, Oxtier, and our panel, and who's ever in the call, one question and one question only.
Okay.
Is it about Ryan Christie?
No,
Okay,
no, mate. Who's the best keeper out of Andy Gorham and Alan McGregor? I find it so difficult, guys. I watched loads of footage. I find it so difficult.
Okay, mate. I'll take that round the panel. All right.
Yeah.
Nice, easy one for you, Linda.
Well, Port, I don't know if you remember, we had discussed about this a few weeks ago when McGregor had got the European appearance record, and we debated who was the best goalie. And at that point, I said Andy Gorham, and McGregor was number 2 for me, and I'm still saying that. I would still have Gorham as the best and McGregor as the second for me.
There you go. Andy Phillips.
Jerry Neath.
Jerry Neath.
Andy Gorham.
Brilliant, just brilliant.
Andy Gorham, followed closely by McGregor, and number 3 for me would be Kloss. There you go.
I'm just going to check how many games actually Andy Gorham played for us. Bridgeman.
Well, the mere fact that Mr. McGregor's still with us and still playing for us and playing very well, may I say, and we're in the last 32 of the UEFA League, but down to him and great saves that he's had, I've got to go for him. So I would go for the best, because he's still playing. He's getting his career's not finished yet, and I would say that Alan McGregor, for me, closely followed by, of course, the goalie.
Alan McGregor's played 140 more games than Andy Gorham did.
There you go.
That surprised anybody?
No me. No, I'm he's a smashing player. Absolutely.
I think so. Since he's been away next year, I think when he went to Hull and stuff, I think that surprised me. I thought maybe Gorham would, had more games.
Maybe only Fools and Horses would make a show about that Hull and back. Right, okay.
What about
who's the best
Stato?
scorer?
What about Stato's version?
He's Dale, you've not spoke yet, and then I'm going to go to Fox.
I watched Gorham in the 90s, but it was a great team. All the rest of it, and back then, I would have said Andy Gorham, but see now, even though McGregor left, he's still got more games than Gorham, and some of the saves that boy's making. I mean, that one last week was it was unbelievable. So, and at 39 years of age, and he's still at it. I've got to go for McGregor. Then it would be Gorham, and then it would be Kloss.
When you come, Port, you were going to say something before I go to Fox?
Aye, I'm the reason I'm going to go McGregor. Like next match, I absolutely loved Andy Gorham. I think if you think back to when Celtic were dominating back before the bad times, he was the one that stopped them winning titles with obviously his goalkeeping saves. And I think Alan McGregor will also go down in folklore, because he's been outstanding this season, actually. There's no doubt about that. And he's kept us in games time and time and time again. And Alan McGregor, to me, as well as the team, could be the guy that stops 10 in a row. Or should I say, rephrase that, he will stop 10 in a row. And as a goalkeeper, I just put him so high on a pedestal, mate. He's a major cog in that team. And that's why I pick Alan McGregor.
All right, mate. Fox, in you come, mate.
Very similar goalkeepers for me. Both stay on the line. Didn't come out for cross balls. Whereas McGregor makes great saves, I think Gorham made exceptional saves at times. And just on the nod, I would get to Gorham, mate.
All right. Right, Linda, who would you rather go on a night out with?
Alan McGregor.
What was his nickname again?
Why?
That was a bit too quick there, Rock, sorry.
Andy Gorham was his pomp nearer, was he? Only because when I looked at it there, I mean, McGregor 401 games for us now. Andy Gorham 260.
260?
Aye. That's a lot of games that McGregor's played more than him, you know. Obviously, his longevity in his career.
Yeah.
But, of course, Gorham had played for other teams as well, you know.
Aye.
We always seem to think Gorham played for us alone. We had a long time with Hibs, wasn't he?
1 season or something, aye.
Was it who they go to after us?
He pretty much retired after us, mate. He played a bit.
Did he?
No. Aye, he played a bit. Played for Man United and they broke other teams. He never played that many games, mate, after us. But he had injuries there. I don't think it was his knees, you know.
Yeah.
Right, who would be the best goalkeeper at their pomp? If you're judging the two of them at their pomp, yeah, is that fair, Port Bear?
That's fair. I'll take that.
At their pomp, I'd need to go for Gorham. But if you were picking a goalie for a career, I'd need to go for McGregor.
Aye, I'm probably pretty much the same. Get Andy Gorham at his height when he was. I just remember the penalty save against Van Hooijdonk, the flying, you know, the cross that came in by Donnox hitting the ball in. Gorham was scooped over the bar. You know, I can count probably 20-30 saves that he made that were probably title-winning saves. So in his pomp, probably. But in longevity terms, I think when you think of Alan McGregor during the European running and stuff as well, I think he's done a fantastic job and been an excellent, you know, maybe understood that he would Gorham, and he's proven a guy he's lived the dream, isn't he? He's a Rangers boy and he's come through the ranks and he's done well, and you know he's probably going to be doing as one of the best keepers we've ever had. You know, it's a hard guy to get a replacement, in my opinion.
All right,
but we've been very lucky. But that's me, mate. So I'll love yous and leave yous and have a good show.
Wait a minute, I want to know why you are sucking up to Oxchair so much.
What did I say?
I must have missed that bit.
Me too.
Sorry, Bridge, I've seen it. He's brought an apple in for me, hasn't he? Thanks for the apple.
Brilliant, Port Bear, brilliant.
I couldn't bring him an apple Oxchair because his false teeth will get stuck in him.
Bring him in a toffee one tomorrow night. We can chew it for 2 days.
Brilliant, just brilliant.
Right, nice to hear for you all. All right, I'll catch
you tomorrow, mate.
Speak to you, folks. All right, all the best. Bye bye.
Bye, Port.
Cheers, Port.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
That was a great question, but here's one for you just to maybe put the cat amongst the pigeons. I'll go to Andy for Leeds. If the 3 foreigners rule didn't come in, I don't think we'd have signed Gorham. I think Smith was happy with Woods. I just think that's how he changed.
That was the only reason we went for Andy Gorham, right enough, because Woods was a very good goalie when he got the British record, didn't he? Was it 10 hours something for the Rangers? No, I don't think Andy Gorham would have been there. No, I think a couple of them that went out of that team, they only went. But having said that, if you look to when that rule come in, we got a bloody good strong Rangers team out of that, and it took us to 92-93 season that we'll not forget in a long time. 44 games undefeated. So it swings and roundabouts there, isn't it? But you're possibly right with Andy Gorham and Chris Woods. He'd have probably stayed.
It's funny. Aye. Good question, Linda.
Yeah, great question. I think it's been doing the rounds as well, that on social media and stuff, since the game on Saturday, just because of McGregor's performance. But no, they're 2 brilliant goalkeepers.
I loved McGregor, and he, brother Bobby saying, wasn't there a corner? You know.
Knows his stuff, doesn't he? Knows what to do, what to say.
Sometimes between him and Morelos, you don't know who pulls a worse faces, do you?
I still can't fathom out what Morelos got booked for the weekend. I still can't fathom out.
Bridge, watch his fit. What if you watch it again? Watch his fit.
What does he do? Does he kick him at referee?
No,
Nah, it's a bad one.
No,
you get booked for kicking someone.
In the melee.
Oh, in the melee, right? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm used to getting these yellow cards in among these melees at all times.
He was a bit silly. Oh, we've also been joined by Southside. Oh, this will be good. Oh, how we doing, Southside?
I know bad. I had a wee bridgeman nap this afternoon, so it's starting to feel better.
Hi, Southside.
All right, how you doing, Linda? All right, bridgeman. Dale, how you doing, pal?
He went for some.
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Work tonight.
Would you say I went what?
Some reconstruction work.
Aye, mate. Reconstruction. I've got a face like when you put one of the gobstoppers in your mouth years ago, man. I've got a cheek that size, I tell you.
Right, I take it you're coming in with Gorham or McGregor.
You better believe I wasn't going to bother, but I had a wee tune in there the last 10 minutes, and then when Pope came in, McGregor, I love him, right? I'll give you that. I love McGregor, but Andy Gorham for me was the better goalkeeper up to now for me, guys. Big games, Leeds United for a start. Think back to Leeds United at Ellen Road. Many times did we go up to Torbit Towers, and he was man of the match for his Andy Gorham. The game I talked about the other night, Aberdeen away in the 1-0 Mark Gately game.
Mm-hmm.
They 3 games, I'll probably pull another couple in a minute, but they 3 games for me, it was the amount of saves he makes in a game. I agree. McGregor can make. I mean, he made 3 good saves on Saturday, right? And he does make some good saves. I mean, I think he's the best goalkeeper we've got now. But I think Andy Gorham in games, he made loads of saves in games where it kept us in the game, and then we could go and win it. You know. But I was surprised, Ox, when you said he only played 260 games. I know he was out for a while with a knee injury and that, Andy Gorham, for a bit. But I was surprised he only played 260 games compared to Alan McGregor.
I'll get the details, mate, of that, mate. It shocked me myself. But I went for Gorham myself at the tour at their pomp, you know. But I don't think there's much between them, mate. And I think there's a lot of similarity.
There's no much, and Fox was right. They don't come out for crossbars very often. They usually punched, good shot stoppers. I'd say obviously McGregor's got penalty saves over Andy Gorham, I'll give him that. But I still think the goalie in the long run was the best goalkeeper we've ever had at the moment, guys. And that's just my own opinion, but it's the only reason I phoned in. I thought maybe Port was still, but I say it's just opinion, isn't it?
See, between the 93 and 95, he only played 26 league games for us, Andy.
He was the dodgy knees, didn't he? He was out for a long while. Because we even went and got that Welsh goalie, didn't we? Dibble to cover for him at the time. So he was out quite a lot. But like the guys just said there, Andy Gorham, you know, we've all got our own opinions, but he was just head and shoulders. We were playing against some good opposition back in the days there as well, compared to what we're playing now. And he was pulling off save after save regularly. And like you said there, you know, we'd soak them in, Gorham would do the business and would go away and would win the games. You know, like McGregor's good. He's very good. I mean, I hope we get another couple of years out of him. But you've got to go. You've got to go for Andy Gorham. I mean, the man was outstanding. Like you said, Leeds, up at the Filth, the Sheep. I think he had quite good games against the Mini Filth as well, if I remember rightly. You know, so yeah, Andy Gorham for me. But that did shock me that many games. I thought it was more than that. Just shows you, doesn't it, how the brain plays tricks.
Or the Smirnoff.
Well, it's not enough with me, definitely. Aye, especially over this holiday period, right enough. That Shug's bottle got filled up quite a few times, I can honestly tell you that, guys.
Good man, mate. You'll enjoy it. Life's too short, mate.
Oh, you're not wrong there.
Life's too short. Look, it's a great argument in the Hawks, you know what I mean? You know, I don't think any of them will ever be the same class as Steve Simonson and myself, but there you go.
Brilliant. Andy,
that's a wee shade better than Nicky Walker.
Nicky Walker, I bet you Nicky Walker played more games than Andy Gorham for us. What do you think, Southside, without checking
it? He might have been for the length of time he was there, even when he was the number one. He was still earning goat some games. You might be right. Aye, Mr. Shortbread man, wasn't it? The whole family were shortbread, wasn't it?
No, nowhere near it, mate. Only played 100.
100 games. They showed you, didn't it? But
what about Pierre McCloy?
Oh, it's 500, 700, something.
Him and Stuart Kennedy will be up there with loads of games, wouldn't they?
I don't think Kennedy's much, but McCloy, Peter McCloy, 545. And what surprised me, he never get any goals because he used to shoot all the time.
A wee pass to Willie Johnson. Whoops, it's 70 yards up in the air.
Stuart Kennedy. Are you sure you're not getting Stuart and Andy mixed up? Southside.
No, Stuart and Andy.
Stuart Kennedy played 135 games.
Right.
All right. Andy Kennedy played 20.
Oh, I just clocked that there. I just missed that one. Sorry. Aye, 4 goals. 2 against Dundee United, 1 against Falkirk, and 1 against Morton, I think, wasn't it? Same amount of goals as Pedro Mendes scored for his mate. Same amount of goals.
Aye. Pedro Mendes was slightly better player. Bridgeman.
Oh, a lot better player, wasn't he? Mendes, good player. Goalkeepers, I still say that McGregor's the best we've ever had. And it's only my opinion. I think he's, from a Rangers perspective, I think he missed out a lot when the problem happened and they all went away. And if he had stayed, if we had been okay and he'd stayed, he'd have got maybe 5 or 6, maybe even 7 years of top class Old Firm games behind them. That's a big loss. You saw the quality of the guy last weekend. The man's got it. He's just got the quality there, and that's first major Old Firm game that we've actually turned up in so far as defensively, and had to get stuck in, and the goalkeeper did the business. Just wonderful stuff. I think he's great, and I'm not saying that because he's a goalkeeper now. I'm saying it from I've been watching Rangers for God knows how long, and we've voted best goalkeepers, and I've always voted for McGregor. I think it would have been really outstanding. We didn't have that wee bit problem we had, and as I say, he lost maybe five years of good play with Rangers.
That'd have been interesting how we'd have looked at it then if McGregor had a sideways, because he'd have been up. God, looking at Linda now, he'd have been up 600 games, maybe, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, Ox. And I think I remember reading that he had just signed a new contract round about that time as well. I think it was something like a 4 or 5 year contract, so he had no intentions. So you're right, he would have some amount of appearances if obviously the troubles hadn't come in. But as I say, it's hard to split the two of them. But who knows? Maybe a lot of us will change our minds and we'll put McGregor as our number one if we win the league this year.
And the big story of the night was that Linda chose to go with a night out with Alan McGregor Southside.
Who was the other option?
Andy Gorham.
What about Chris Woods or Alan McGregor?
Now you're talking.
Oh dear, I had no competition there.
No.
Woods appeared there.
That's it.
But a good debate to have, Bridger.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if did you really like Woods?
Oh, it was a good goalie, mate. For a generation, when he appeared, it was like watching night and day for what we'd watched before. Andy.
Yeah. Oh, I was a good professional goalkeeper, held his line well, controlled his box, players around him respected him, felt confident in him. Very good goalkeeper. I'm still glad that the the foreign rule came in, like, because, as I say, I love Andy Gorham, even to this day. And as long as I live, he'll still be my number one, without a doubt, you know. But Chris Woods was a very good goalkeeper. And like you said, that was a good point you brought up there. You know, about, that rule in to come in. Would Andy Gorham have ever been at Rangers? There you go. It's a good question, that.
You never know. Dale.
Aye. Well, I was going to just put an opinion in there about Andy Gorham, where the only reason he signed from Hibs, you know, the Spoonburners, is because he'd lost his front teeth, because he's with Hibs too long, and Rangers offered him a new front set. So that was him. He was brilliant. He was sorted all the way through. You know, so
that's a story and a half, that one, isn't it?
Just
all I want for Chris is my two front teeth.
There you go. And he ended up, he got them, they're all bright and shiny, and he was happy, and he thought, well, I need to pay Rangers back, and just won them multiple leagues. He was a brilliant keeper, but as I say, you know, and I'll still stick by it, I would say McGregor, you know, just he's been around for ages. He's 30, what is he, 39 now? And the saves that boy's pulling off, and just his attitude and all round about the park is second to none.
I think Alan McGregor is one of the players that we're going to get to go and get maybe extend their contract, even if it's only a running 12 months contract. Just keep him on to when they decide to retire.
That's what you
for sure.
Sorry, have you got that, pal? I do apologise. I don't know what he got. But that's what I would like to have him on. Stephen Davis, the same. Keep him on. Make him a lucrative contract to the end of his career. Because they two guys have been outstanding for us. Absolutely outstanding. And they defy the age gap, don't they? They just defy it. They keep going, and the old head makes a big difference. And that, when he shouted to the referee, I never touched it at the post. They beat that. You just can't beat that kind of humour.
You're brilliant.
Aye, a good debate. Old Port Bear sitting there. I can remember that one. Put the cat amongst the pigeons. Great question, but it's pretty split. I think I'm going to go with the points decision. I think Gorham on the argument of the night's just shaded it. Linda?
Yeah, just shaded it for me, I think, Ox. But we're so lucky to have Alan McGregor just now.
Mm-hmm. Are you happy with that decision, Bridge?
Oh, of course. So, Andy Gorham was a hero to many thousands of Rangers fans. The guy was just a magician. I'm just going by the amount of games that for us, for playing for Rangers, that Alan McGregor missed. So you're probably talking 4 or 5 years football games. That would have been an outstanding player, because he played for Hull City and he was magic. So I think that we missed out on that, and so did he, of course. You know. But no, Gorham thoroughly deserves all the credit that people give him. I give him a lot of credit myself. It's just a personal preference, that's all.
Andy?
Oh, yeah, well, definitely Andy Gorham. You see, when he was doing it at Hull, you know, he got massive plaudits down here at the Big Shagger. You know, they were talking about him every week. Like, you know, like I said, I didn't watch much English football, but he was in the, you know, the local rags and all that down here. Like, one of the guys over at school here, one of the teachers, he's a Hull fan. And he waxes lyrical about him, like, you know, so, you know, the Shagger's brilliant, but it's got to be still Andy Gorham for me. But we've had great goalkeepers all across the years, apart from an odd one or two. We were renowned for it, weren't we? You know, so.
We've done okay. Well, gentlemen and ladies, we've reached that time of the evening. Would you believe that, Linda?
Oh, no, that's just flowing in. Great chat. Thanks for having us on, Ox.
I just
enjoyed it.
Just unbelievable. I can't believe the time. I just can't believe the time. Just flown in right enough. Can I just...
You don't have to watch it, yours?
I'm not going to new watch on. It's elsewhere at the moment. But it's just brilliant. Sorry, I missed that, pal.
You've no lost it.
No, I know what it is. All right,
All right.
Can I just say one thing to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio? Marvellous night tonight. Every single one of us. The battle fever's getting on. We're getting there, and we're getting there. Keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Huge game. Keep it going.
Yeah, thanks to all the callers tonight. The bloke came in earlier, Davy Woods, first time caller, thanks to Davy. And everybody that joined us all over the world. Denver, Dale from California, and of course, Port Bear, who come on to throw a grenade in for Port Glasgow. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. We will be joined hosting the show with Port Bear. Linda, feel free to get your own back. Speak to you all between 8 and 10 tomorrow night. Take it away, old school boy.
I've been in exile for some years, and my eyes filled up with tears when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. So I took a trip along just to hear some famous songs when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. I stood there all alone while the boys all down from home sang of Rangers, that team of great renown. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now on the field below, the boys put on a show, the likes they'd never seen at Molyneux. And as football it was grand, from Macmillan, Scott and Brand, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now the white flag must come nearer with men like Bobby Shearer, the way he played at Wolverhampton town. And the world forever after would sing of Jimmy Baxter, for on his head they placed that noble crown. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now I knew it had to happen, I heard a mighty roar, the famous Glasgow Rangers they had scored. And the sky was white and blue, Wolverhampton shook right through, the loyal rampant Rangers had come through. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. When the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town.